Hi everyone, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. Welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. My name is Gina Pike. I'm so happy that you're here today with me. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a weekly vlog update. I haven't done one of these in a while. I was going to kind of do these every week. Kind of got behind on a few things, so I'm going to be talking about some things I've been working on over the last few weeks instead of just the last week. You guys know the routine here. I like to share what I'm working on. I do have a couple of people who sent me pictures to share some of their items, and I ask you guys to share down in the comments below what you're currently working on. We like to keep up with everybody. We like to hear if you're planning any special projects. We like to hear things like that, buying kinds of yarn. We are a family that likes to share here, so please share in the comments below what you're currently working on or might be planning to do. So for me, I've been focusing a little bit more on the knitting than I have on the crochet. I do have some crochet projects that are one is a year-long project that I'm working on, and I haven't really done anything with that. I believe I have 2 clues to get caught up on. I'm talking about the Expression Fiber Arts blanket project that I'm working on, and then I have another crochet top that I'm working on that I haven't really done anything on that. But those are some projects that I'm working on that are crochet related. I do tend to gravitate more towards the knitting, so I'm the Knitting Turnpike, but I am trying to work a little bit more on crochet this year so that I don't completely lose those skills. I think it is good to have both of those skills and be able to pull from both of those, and that way if you find any patterns that you just love, you can do both of them. There's no limitations there, and each have their own advantages and disadvantages, so it's good to be able to do both. The first thing I'm going to share with you guys, I did show this in my live show. I haven't really done a lot since I showed it, but I did start a top. I told you guys I'm making more wearables this year. This is called the Sakura top, and it is a pattern by Knitting for Breakfast. I think that's the name of it, and it's a pretty easy top pattern. This is what it looks like. I'll put a picture here as well. It's got some lace at the top and lace throughout, like here on the sleeves, so it's kind of an oversized top. I started this is where I've gotten. I haven't gone very far, like I said, but it is knit circularly and seamlessly. I need to get some bigger needles. I'm starting to bust out of these, but I am using this yarn called from Juniper Farms. It's called Zoe. It's a linen cotton blend. I believe it's 60% cotton, 40% linen. So this fiber is actually, this fabric that's resulting is kind of, it's stiffer than what I'm used to, but I know that once you wear this and wash it, it does soften up. So I'm excited about having a summer top made of cotton and linen, and excited to be working on this a little bit more. I just haven't had a lot of time to work on it lately, and I think you'll guys see here in a minute. But that's the Sakura top by Knitting for Breakfast. All of these patterns I'm going to mention, I will put a link down in the description box below that you guys, if you guys are interested in making it, you can go find the pattern. I also have my personal project page in Ravelry linked as well. If you want to check out what I'm doing with those patterns, I usually put the yarns, the needle sizes, any notes that I think might be helpful for other people down in that description on those my project pages in Ravelry. The next item I want to talk about is I've actually filmed these a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I was going to do a vlog a couple of weeks ago, and then next week, and then so I did finish this. This is the Snow and Ashes shawl. You can see right here. That is by Rachel Roden, who is UnRaveled Designs. This was a pattern that was designed for Outlander. And I did not do any tutorials for this shawl. It was very simple lace knitting, and it was also very simple mosaic knitting, where you do one color per row And then with the stitches you slipped were mostly like one, maybe two stitches that you had to slip at once. So it turned out very, very easy to do, and I felt like I've covered these kinds of stitches before, so I did not do any tutorials for this shawl. But here's the clip for that. I do have one finished project to share with you guys. This is combining, I think the last time I showed you this, I was at Clue 3. This is the Snow and Ashes shawl. This is a mystery knit along that was hosted by Rachel Roden of UnRaveled Designs. And since the last time we've talked, I think I showed you Clues 3, so we've done Clues 4 and 5. And so I have a finished shawl. I just picked this up off the blocking mats, and I tell you what, I'm gonna go behind the couch and hold it so you can see it, and then I'll come talk about the parts. Okay, this is what it looks like as a blocked shawl. So this is an asymmetrical triangle. It is a little hard to show you it held out. We started at the small end, and it kept getting bigger as we went along. The last time I showed you guys, I believe we just done this pink lace section. So Clues 4, we started with more color work, mosaic. This is all mosaic color work with some special sections of lace put in there. This is a 3-color shawl, so you're doing 3 different colors of yarn. I have this dark gray, and they're kind of light, medium, and dark. So I have my white with pops of pink, and then I have my pink, and then I have this dark gray. Those are my 3 colors. And when we left off for Clue 3, we had just done this lace panel, and we were going to start here. So we start Clue 4 here with this color work. Just simple slip stitch color work, like slipping every other stitch to create these cute little designs. And then we did a lace panel section exactly like the one that we had just done in Clue 3 with a different color. This is the Clue color 3, and you can see the pops of pink and the white, how it blocks out. Then you come back and you do more color work with your colors 1 and colors 3, just simple slip stitch, creating simple designs. And then you do with your color 1 that same lace section that you did in the other 2 colors. And you can see it's getting bigger as you go down. The bottom, you're doing an increase on one edge, and so it is getting bigger along one side as you go along. And then that was through Clue 4, and then Clue 5 starts with this color work, more color work section here. It's just simple color work, but you can see there's some slip stitch color work with your colors 2 and 1, and then you have some more design work here. You bring in your colors 1 and 3, and you're just alternating your colors and creating these simple slip stitch designs to create this. You can see what the back looks like. You want to keep your slip stitching just right so that it's not too many loops in the back hanging. You're going to be blocking this. You don't want it to be too tight, so you can block it. But none of the stitches in the back where you slip the stitches are that long. It's like 1 or 2 stitches that you're slipping, so the floats are really small. But that's the back. This is the front. So you finish this up, and the way that this was to be finished up was a regular bind off, 2-color bind off. So you can pick any 2 colors you want. I think she recommended colors 2 and 3. I ended up adding an extra row. You can actually extend this if you want. She said you could do some more of this color work section here at the end if you wanted to repeat these rows. Certainly could and make it longer. I decided just to add 1 more row. I wanted to finish it actually in my dark gray, so I added a row of dark gray, and then I did my bind off with my colors 2 and 3 since they have better contrast than my colors 2 and 3. And you can see I did it alternate the colors. You do like every other stitch is a different color. And I did, instead of doing a regular bind off, like she suggested, I did the super stretchy bind off. I do have a video for that. I'll put a link to that up above. It just gives a little bit more stretchy edge. This is pretty tight, and I wanted to stretch it out so that I could block this out, this edge out nice and long, so that the shape of the shawl, this asymmetrical triangle, would look good. I didn't want it to be too tight at the bottom and not fully extend all the way across like it's supposed to for the design. Again, Snow and Ashes shawl. Simple mosaic knitting with some lace, simple lace though, and some simple lace thrown in. It's a beautiful shawl. I'm glad that I did it. It was inspired by Outlander and sponsored by Jimmy Bean's Wool. They sold kits. I did not buy a kit. I just had these yarns in my stash. So if you want to knit it, that would be great. Share that with me. Email me if you do end up knitting this. I would love to see what you guys create with it. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share that with you. The next item I did finish is the Brighten Up knitted cowl. I wanted to give you an update on another project that I showed in my last vlog video. I think I was working on clue 3, and this is the Brighten Up Mystery Knit Along Cowl project by Lisa K. Ross, who is Paper Daisy Creations. I did show a picture of it because I had finished it right before I was editing my video, but I wanted to show it. This is the Brighten Up cowl. It is totally different from what it started out as. I'm going to show a picture of the last clue where it was like a circle, and you ended up, this is where you ended up finishing it. It was right here in the center. So it was a really creative design. Here's the back of it. It's a bandana type cowl. I blocked it using my pool noodles again. But you can see you can probably wear it like this, and I did mine backwards because everybody else was doing like lighter colors out to darker, and I just started in a different way. But you can see it's just mosaic knitting at its finest. There's simple slip stitch knitting. There's the back of it. They weave the ends as you go along, and at the end you do have to get to use double pointed needles because you are going down in a small center in the center. But that's the Brighten Up cowl. Just wanted to show that, and it was a very unique, interesting construction design by Paper Daisy Creations, and it used all scrap yarns. I mean, it was like 80 yards of 3 different colors and like just about 120 yards of 2 colors. So I just wanted to show that finished, and that's that. Thank you for letting me share that. So those are the 2 finished projects I've finished over the last couple of weeks. This shawl and that cowl. And then the other thing I did start is something that's a little bit more exclusive. I was able to get into Romi Hill's Lace Lovers Club for 2022, and what she does is she has patterns and yarn. It's closed for 2022, but the patterns will be releasing in 2023. I will link the pattern for this first offering down below. It's called Tone Poem, and the pattern again will be available in 2023. I am working on that. I did get the yarn option from her. This yarn that she gave us is beautiful yarn. I showed it in one of my opening videos. It's a yak yarn. It's very, in learning about it and winding it, I found a little bit more about the yarn. It is a short fiber, so the fibers are very sensitive and it can be easily pulled apart. So it was something that had to be hand wound. And you could not use a winder to wind the yarn, because I broke my yarn like 4 times in a matter of inches, and so I decided not to use that yarn for that project. I was a little bit shy of it because I had breaks actually on both of my skeins. Even hand winding the second skein, it seemed I had it break, and I was just touching it. So I was a little nervous about using it. I ended up going with some yarn from Diana Dye, one of my favorite dyers. This is a bamboo yarn, a heavy lace bamboo yarn. And these are the colors. I asked about this in my last live as well. I picked, this color was my main color. This is Genie Magnolia. This is what I have left over. I'm finished with my color 1. And this is my color 2. And this is fuchsia on a bamboo, heavy lace bamboo base. Let me show you what this looks like. I am making, there are 2 versions of this. You can make a medium version and a tall version. I'm making the larger version because I had enough yarn to do that. Let me show you what it looks like. Again, this is not finished. What I'm going to do is, once I finish this, I'm going to make it its own video to show the shawl. I'm also going to make a tutorial for the stitches because the stitches are a little more complicated. This is lace knitting at its finest. So I will make a stitch tutorial video. And that way when it's released in 2023, well, you can evaluate if you want to make it, and then when it's released in 2023, maybe you can use it as a guideline, or you know, use it as a way to figure out if you even want to make it in 2023. But I highly recommend it. Her patterns are amazing. So this is it. This is where I am so far. And I apologize, I am on needles still, and the largest needles I have, so it is hard to spread this out and show it, but I will do my best. This is where it starts. I want to point this out. This is where it starts. I always like to leave the pin in because you can see it starts with 3 stitches right here, these 3 stitches right here, and you put a pin in there, and then you do a garter stitch tab cast on. I will show that in the tutorial. I've shown that before on my channel, but I will show that in a tutorial. And then it went into this circular design that's kind of like a doily. And you can see the flower shape here, and that's kind of what you were doing for the first chart. Then, after you got to this point, right here, it split and it went into a more triangular shape where you have increases on the edges, and you have that center spine that triangular shawls usually do. You had an increase on either side of that center stitch, which is how triangular shawls grow, and then increases on the sides, and now it is more of a triangular shaped shawl. And you can see this pattern here is the one I've been working on the most. This is a charted, it's a charted pattern, but it also has text. This is like 40 something rows of this lace pattern over and over. Now if you make the tall version, you add another 30 something rows of that, so it's like 70 something rows of that same pattern over and over. And it's just diamond shaped lace at its finest with the center on each side. And it does change on each side a little bit to make it more symmetrical, but that's what it looks like. And then the second color came in, and as you brought in the second color, you lost that center stitch, triangular stitch. Let's see if I can show that. Ease a little bit better than this. Maybe I'll have to turn it like this. You lose the center stitch here, and it just becomes more of a, this is going to be more like a border in a different color. I'll insert a picture for what the finished shawl looks like. It's not a mystery. We know what it looks like. But you're putting this border on here. It's got lace in it. These other diamonds that are coming in. This is my second color, the fuchsia, which I just love the colors that she put into that that yarn. It's got some purples and bright pinks, really pretty. I think it goes really nicely with this. It's going to show off the border on the shawl really well. That's kind of how she had set up when in her yarn offering. She had a lighter and a darker. The darker was for the border. And anyway, the edging, I've got like maybe 30 more rows left to finish this, and then there's an edging that will be knit perpendicularly to this, and to finish this off. And again, I will show the finished shawl in its own video and talk about it, and then do tutorial as well. But this is mainly what I have been working on the last week. I think I've been working on this, a little over a week. So, and just love it. Just, I have really missed the lace, working on the Snow and Ashes, and then before that, the As You Wish, and then before that, this shawl before that was a lot of mosaic knitting, and I've really missed, you know, it's just knitting and slipping stitches. That's the shawlography that I'm talking about from Stephen West. I really missed the lace and just doing more lace knitting. So it's been fun just to do this for a little over a week. Nice to, there was lace in this, but I have really missed just solid lace. And it's been so much fun to do this. And with that being said, the Romi Hill Mystery Knit Along is coming up at the end of this week. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll be showing that on my channel as well, because I've participated in that the last 7 years. I haven't done YouTube for 7 years, but I've actually knitted that for the last 7 years and thoroughly enjoy knitting that. So I think that's all that I have to share for me. Like I said, I have some year-long projects that I need to get caught up on, and I will share as I get them caught up, but I haven't really spent much time. I kind of got into the lace and just got lost in having so much fun. All right, so there's 2 people here that are going to be sharing projects with us today. The first one is Verna Bradshaw. She has been working on her knitting, but today she is sharing this adorable amigurumi. This is Piglet, and he is so cute, and she did such a great job. I mean, it looks store-bought to me. And it's, she told me that she stuffed the body with the ends of the yarns from weaving in the ends, which is a great thing to do as you're making amigurumi and have a lot of ends to weave in. Just use it as part of your stuffing to hide it, and it works really well. But that is so cute, and thank you for sending that in and sharing that with us. The next person to share with us is Tony Christensen. He is sharing this gorgeous rainbow shawl that he knitted. The pattern that he used is called Grain by Tin Can Knits. I'll put a link to that down in the description box below. And the yarn he is using is a Hobie yarn. It's just their Cotton Kings Twirl Deluxe in a rainbow color. And I think the beautiful thing about this is it really showcases the yarn and all the colors that the yarn has in a beautiful way. So thank you for sharing that with us, Tony, and allowing me to share that here. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing these as much as I do. This is my favorite part of the video. That is all I have to share today. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you're all doing well, and please don't forget to share what you're working on down in the comments below if you want to share that with us. We love to hear that. And otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. All right, bye-bye.